He calls himself the most controversial speaker in the world. His name is David Icke and he's arguably the most well-known conspiracy theorist on the planet. Icke is the man responsible for exposing the Reptilian Agenda. You know, the theory the Queen's just a big lizard. David Ferrier met the man on his first tour to New Zealand.
I chose to bring David Icke to the TV3 newsroom because a newsroom is where it all started for him. His newsroom was bigger and a bit more glamorous than ours, because in the late 80s he was a respected journalist at the BBC.
Well, Steve regains the lead, but Alex wouldn't let him get away, and in frame 6 they were all square again. And remember, it's the best of 9.
Then, in 1991, he went on live TV saying, in a roundabout kind of way, that he was the son of God.
But just let me say this.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
What was it like to become a laughing stock overnight?
The ridicule was extraordinary. I mean, going into a bar, forget it, uproar. Walking down the street, for about 2 or 3 years, I lived my life to the sound of distant and sometimes not so distant laughter. Comedian only had to say my name, no joke necessary, got a laugh. When you've been through that level of ridicule, one of two things happen. Either you disappear from society, or you go, I am me, I am free.
That freedom came with more conspiracy theories, talk of ancient bloodlines, and a group of reptilian shapeshifters ruling the planet. Essentially, the Queen is a lizard.
I just want to make sure I've got my head around this.
Right.
You are essentially saying that certain people in power, like I think the Queen that you've mentioned before,
well,
there is a lizard under the skin. Am I getting that right, or is that metaphorical?
Let me put it this way, David. This is why in interviews this long, I don't talk about this stuff, for a simple reason. On Sunday in Auckland, I will talk for 9 hours.
That's right, 9 hours at the Telstra Clear Pacific Event Centre is how long it takes to begin to get your head around this stuff. It's his first time in New Zealand, and over 20 years since he left his newsroom.
In a way, very much in a way, I'm doing the same thing now. I'm a journalist, but I'm a journalist that doesn't have an editor. And I'm an editor that doesn't have a proprietor. And I don't have a board of governors. Thus, what I find, I communicate.
And he does it well. He has fans everywhere he goes, even in this newsroom. They may not all believe him or even understand him, but Icke is a kind of cultural icon, and one who's not afraid to say, that isn't a man, it's a lizard. David Ferrier, 3 News!